Qatar, World Cup football and morals. 3 words you wouldn't expect to hear in the same sentence. The World Cup is about to start in Qatar. Are there any morals in any sport anymore? We've all seen the news reports, we've heard it, we've read about it. If you're gay, if you're in Qatar, you're in trouble. But there's more to it than that. In fact, same-sex relationships and blasphemy are both considered capital offences, for which the death penalty can be applied. Law in Qatar is a mixture of civil law and Islamic law, where things like flogging are still in force. If you're a woman in Qatar, you'll be valued much less than a man. If it comes to court, if it's a woman's testimony, it will be valued at about half the rate of a man's. But don't worry, if a man or a woman are found to be unreliable, both will be completely rejected. If you decide to abandon your Muslim religion, you're liable for the death. If you try to convert others away from being Muslims, you're going to prison for 10 years. Blasphemy, 7 years. Consenting homosexual males, minimum 5 years. You might even get stoned, and that's nothing to do with drugs. Don't even mention drugs. How would you feel if you were working in Qatar and your employer turned around and said to you they were going to cancel your residency permit? They can also tell you that you won't be able to work for anybody else. Your employer can even deny you the ability to leave the country, or if they choose, report you as absconded. Don't worry, it's not all that bad. How about a bit of human trafficking? People may go to Qatar for work, as many do from Asia, as labourers or domestic servants, but many end up working against their will. Denial of pay, threat of violence, taking money from their pay for benefits for which the employer should be paying. Withdrawing your freedom to travel by confiscating your travel documents or passport. Enter the rich world of football. What have FIFA done? Have people's morals disappeared as the money has been handed around by the football world? And what's the reality of playing football in Qatar? Well, don't be surprised to hear about bribery allegations between the Qatar bidding committee and FIFA. 2 high-profile ex-FIFA members, Sepp Blatter and Theo Zinswager, both have said it's a mistake to give the World Cup to Qatar. But let's face it, Blatter himself had to resign over fraud accusation. The World Cup is traditionally played in the summer, but in Qatar it's going to be played in the winter, because in summer it hits around 40 to 50 degrees, and in winter it's a much more mild 30 degrees. Franz Beckenbauer, a German World Cup hero of yesteryear, was in fact happy for Qatar to have the World Cup in winter because it would save them trying to cool the stadiums in summer. But then he also received a 90-day ban for any football-related activity because he refused to cooperate in a bribery investigation. FIFA are also happy to muddy the waters over when World Cups happen and when World Cup games are shown. Some broadcasting companies bid many years ago to show the World Cup competition, not realising that FIFA would change it from a summer competition to a winter competition, thereby messing up their schedules. Qatar is one of those lands full of money. And when there's money, along come superstars. David Beckham is in fact a gay icon. He's spoken openly about gay people and LGBT community, yet he sold his soul down the river to be the face of the World Cup in Qatar. Gary Neville will be working for the state-owned sports television company, whilst at the same time trying to tell us that he will be in fact bringing these subjects up whilst commentating. Oh, what a fucking crop.
Obviously, it's the World Cup.
I mean, the whole thing is incredibly corrupt. James Cleverly the other week said, the Foreign Secretary said that any gay football fans should be aware of the country that they're going to and should behave accordingly.
Yeah, Cleverly advised LGBTQ plus fans visiting Qatar to show a little bit of flex and compromise.
It's unbelievable. And it's all about money. And you've got mainline celebrities going over there for huge checks. You know, you've got people like Robbie going over there to sing, which I must say I'm very surprised at, given all the comments that Robbie Williams has made in the past about gay rights. The fact that he's going out there to sing for them is extraordinary. I don't know what's happened to people. And it's not just him, the Black Eyed Peas are going as well, aren't they? They're going out to perform.
I don't know either of these.
You know Robbie Williams.
Well, met him once.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's
But you know David Beckham, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much has he been paid?
I don't know.
You do know.
More than me.
Yeah.
Ian, is it coming home?
What, your reputation? The others have been very gentle with you, Gary, but I mean...
Thanks, Ian.
The elephant in the room is still there. I mean, you're commentating there, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm commentating there.
And what's the defence? Football term.
We're commentating there. Well, you've got a choice, I think, haven't you?
What, going or not going?
Well, my view always has been that you either highlight the issues and challenges in these countries and speak about them, or you basically don't say anything, you stay back home and don't go. And I've always said we should challenge them.
There's another option. You stay at home and highlight the abuses. You don't have to go and take the Qataris' money.
That's...
2 more pundits working for the Qataris, Riyad Mahrez and Mo Salah. There are many more horror stories of so-called superstars, sports stars, taking dirty money. There's no other way to describe it. So the question is, where are the morals when it comes to sport? Are there any? And should we expect sports people to have any at all, or actually act on them? In 1980, the United States refused to attend the Summer Olympics in Moscow, as Russia had recently invaded Afghanistan. At the Winter Olympics in 2014 in Russia, and again in the Winter Olympics at Beijing this year, the Americans refused to send any political status. But that's not the players, the stars, the personalities. They just see attending something as just another game, another match, another dollar. Even Erling Haaland of Manchester City would love to be there. The only reason he isn't? Norway failed to qualify. Gary Lineker, Prince William, Marcus Rashford. All of them abandoned social media platforms for 4 whole days recently. Well, 4 days later they were back on it. Yes, it may have reached 2 billion people, supposedly. 4 days later they're back on it. So, do any sports stars actually have the balls to stand up for what they believe in? Thankfully, yes. Jesse Owens, back in 1936, refused to do a Nazi salute, preferring to salute the normal way that an American would. Muhammad Ali refused to be drafted into the army in 1967. He didn't want to go and fight in the Vietnam War. Carlos Delgado refused to leave the dugout for the American national anthem, protesting against both the Iraq and the Afghanistan war. Will anyone actually care when the games are beamed worldwide to millions or potentially billions? Will anyone care after the World Cup is finished and the TV companies have packed up, the stars have come home, and everything's returned to normal? Thanks for watching. I hope you found that a little bit thought-provoking. I certainly did. Please like and comment below. Please consider subscribing to the channel and check out the rest of the content, and I will see you on the next video.